All right, guys. We are back. How you looking over there? Cute?
I think so.
Should be looking cute.
Okay. All right. What's up, guys?
We are back for episode 10.
Yes. And believe it or not, I haven't seen Dest in like a week and a half.
And it is very weird. I've
It is.
become codependent on Lauren.
We didn't plan the blue.
No.
It's just like our souls knew we were coming back together.
Yes. And we just needed this blue vibe. Like, it's just, it is what it is. Again, I think we look good in blue.
I think so too. It's our color.
Mm-hmm. I need a little more tan, though.
What do you
Gotta
think?
get
Comment
outside.
blue. No, I know.
If it's not our color, thumbs down.
Tell us what color to wear next episode.
All right. So, anyways, Lauren left me for a week
I did.
to go and explore.
Yep.
I have yet to hear anything about her vacation because it feels like I have to wait to update everybody else when I get all the information.
No, I mean, it was just a very chill. And like when I am on vacation, I am on vacation. Like I don't even text my best friend sometimes. And she's the same way. She's on vacation right now and I don't hear from her very much. But anyways, yeah, we went and we flew to San Francisco and rented a car and drove up the 101. And I was going to wear the hat that I bought that says Highway 101 because it's the most beautiful road in the U.S. I'm going to say that so far that I have driven on. Basically drove north into California, Northern California, along the coast and up into the redwoods, and just had so much fun. This was like pretty much our first family like big solo trip that we did, and you know it was a success for sure. It's so gorgeous. The whole time we were driving, I wanted to sleep because I was getting a little sleepy on some of the drives, but I was just like just like looking up at the trees and the coast. Like I could not fall asleep on that drive.
Yeah, I saw the videos that you did post and some of them that you sent me.
Yeah.
And it looks awesome. She sent me a video when they were driving through like the wooded area, and I swear to you, like it looks like she's in a movie. Like,
Yeah.
It just looks so cool. I don't think I would have been able to sleep either.
No, I couldn't. I didn't. It was so pretty. And like, yeah, one of the hikes we were gonna go on is where Jurassic Park was filmed. Like,
Yeah.
it's just beautiful up there. We're now investing in a ping pong and a foosball table to take place of my dining room table because it was in one of the Airbnbs, and that we did it like the whole time, almost the whole time we were in the house.
Yeah.
But yeah, we hiked and we heard a really crazy noise that we didn't know what it was, and so we started kind of running. And if you know us, we don't run, especially our children. So that was fun. Slipped a few times. I think I have a video of my pants after that hike, and it looked crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, it was a really, really good vacation. And
Good.
yeah, can't
Good.
wait for the next one.
I'm glad. So now that you're back from vacation, I wanted to say, you showed me one of your Airbnbs when we were at your house one day, and I didn't want to say it before you went on there, but it made me laugh because it instantly made me think of that movie where they go stay in like the middle of nowhere and
Yeah.
those people come up to their house, and I was like, I can't tell her this before she goes on vacation.
No, we were like, it was the cutest Airbnb, like so cute. Like you walk through the woods to get to a little sauna, and like there's a huge backyard with huge trees. The house is older, but it's like inside it's decorated a little. It's like very vintagey.
Yeah.
So, but it's like clean. It's not creepy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we did walk in and gave like I had no feels about it at all. I was in awe of like just the property and like the furniture. I was geeking out about the upstairs having like little guitars and like yoga stuff. Anyways, I was like, this is so me. And Gabe is over here like, he finally was like, so it seems a little like haunted. And he kept saying in front of the kids, and I was just like, you have to stop that.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to freak out. They're having a good time, and they're going to think, anyway. But then it started like making me feel a little bit weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was.
Were you in this one just for one day?
Yeah, that was the one that was only for one day.
I would feel better about that. But see, like, I couldn't be around Gabe and him tell me those things because I'd be like, shit.
Yeah, I had that feel after he said something, but we were good. It was just so beautiful, and yeah, and then it turned dark, but it was good. And we left, and we went to the second Airbnb, and it was this big concrete, like, amazing house with lights that you could change, and the ping pong table and the foosball table. I don't know. It was, I could have lived there forever. The plants, oh my gosh.
Were they alive?
They were alive and thriving. Like, I want to send this lady an email and be like, please teach me your ways. Because, oh my goodness. I had a good time.
I'm glad you did. I seriously, like, I'm so happy y'all had a good time out there. All right. Well, anyways, I didn't have a better week than that, so we're just going to leave off on hers.
Nothing you want to add on to that?
No. My week was busy, and
that's good
that's
too.
That's about it.
That's good too. You've been killing it on your program.
Thanks. I'm trying to get there, trying to be fit for summer.
Yeah.
You and your 85-minute functional stretch today.
Listen, I need to step it up.
Okay, anyways, let's go ahead and roll that intro.
Can you hear me? It's Dest and Lo, and this is the Did We Really podcast.
Killed it. I love it.
I want the tea. When you give me a story, give me the tea.
Selling a membership.
Yeah. So she was good. She was funny. Okay. All right, guys. Episode 10.
Wow, 10.
Right? Yes. Episode
10.
10. Say it in Spanish.
Yes.
There we go. So we are in March, and this is Women's History Month.
Yes.
I know we said we're staying targeted towards this, but that's what we're going to do.
Let's stick to the schedule. Women's History Month.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a memorable girl power moment that you've ever had in your life? Because I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I can't really think of anything except for maybe like sports. But we were playing against other girls. So is that a girl power moment?
Actually, okay. So I guess I do have one, and I can't remember how old I was, but my family likes to play, or liked, past tense, liked to play in the church Jamaicas. You know what that is?
Mm-mm.
So it's like a fundraiser that churches do where they put, like, they have a bunch of booths. They usually have, like, volleyball tournaments. They'll have, like, cornhole tournaments. It's just kind of like think of like a fall festival for a church, and they do it right before school starts. So my family, we'd like to play in, like, all of them, or the ones that we knew. We'd play in the volleyball tournaments. And there was one volleyball tournament. I think I was, like, right out of high school. And we were playing, and it's co-ed. So it's not girl, so you're going against these guys. And I got to the front row, and I'd been playing volleyball, most of my life. And there's this guy. He was a big guy, and he was tall. And I kept jumping up with him to block because I knew how to do it. And he was like, somebody had told me, either he had told me, because they were swinging like stupid hard, right? And he was like, I'd be careful if I was you. He's like, I don't want to hurt you or whatever, right? And I was like, see, and this, when you tell me that, like, I lock in. I'm like, cool, you think you're going to hurt me? Like, all right, let's see. So I think my family, too, they were like, be careful, like, don't hurt yourself. And I was like, whatever. Like, I ain't listening to him. So I still keep playing. And I wasn't really getting anything. finally the guy comes up, and he already pissed me off. So he comes up
At
to come and
church,
hit,
mind you.
Yeah, right. The church was like, he'd come up, so he was getting set up to hit, right? So I saw him approach, and I went up with him. And I freaking blocked him.
Hell yeah.
Don't get me wrong though, my hands hurt.
Oh,
But
yeah.
but he swung full force, and I blocked his shit, and he went down, and he was lost point. Everybody was like, oh, and I was like, fuck yeah, at church. But I was like, yeah, that moment in my life. I mean, there's plenty of moments where I probably had more girl power, but that moment where somebody fully doubted me, they were like, I'm gonna hurt you,
right?
And then I was like, sit your ass down.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I think that moment has truly stuck with me, because I'm telling you, Lauren, he was a big guy. He had to be Ryan's height, but big guy.
Yeah.
And it was just...
I also never really understood volleyball games with dudes when they're playing against a girl. Not saying that, they should take it easy or something, but why are you hitting it as hard as you can? You obviously have the skill. Just play for fun.
Yeah.
What are you doing, dude?
Everybody, and that too, you think, we said, it's church, so you would think it wouldn't be as serious as it was, but it was freaking serious. We were serious. We were locked in. We were not wanting to lose. I think we still lost the game, but I blocked the fool, so I was good. I won that game, personally. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of how it's always been. I think I've even played co-ed at a gym before. And that's just how the men are. It's I can do it, so I'm killing it and I'm crushing it. And I'm like, you know what? That's fine, because if I could swing and hit as hard as you could, I'd be hitting you in the face all day long with the ball.
Yeah.
Just getting it down. So yeah, that's my girl moment. I was freaking the boss. I was like, this is good. I walked around the thing.
You ripped your shirt at church.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I'm sure there's more girl power things. I mean,
I'm sure they'll come to us as we maybe talk.
We're going to be in a different segment, and Lauren's like, I got it.
This one time, I kicked this dude in the balls. I'm just kidding. I would never, unless you deserve it.
Unless you deserve it. Since you don't have that, what about any moments where you've kind of figured out, man, guys don't get this. They will never understand this as being a woman or a girl.
I feel like they don't get a lot. I mean,
they get nothing.
I don't know. I mean, sneezing.
And crossing your legs. Engaging the core.
Kegals.
Oh my gosh, speaking of Kegals, have you my mom sent me something of this lady. She's on, I think she's trending right now.
Yeah.
But the video is, as soon as you get to her, she's like,
girl,
ladies.
I do it every time.
Have you seen her? And
yes.
She drops it. And I'm like, okay, so she sent it to me. I was like, whatever. And now it's popped up on my TikTok and back on my Instagram. So now I'm just Kegeling all her video, I can't scroll past. I think I tried once. I was like, nah, I better go back and do those
You have to do it. I love it. It's genius.
She did well on that one. Yes. They don't understand Kegels.
I don't know. Living with a man,
man, you're living with 3 boys too.
Well,
so tell me.
Well, it's just funny, kind of how little a lot of men know, or that I've had to teach Gabe or teach the boys. They don't grow up really learning about women or the body or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's been fun to teach. All about all of the things.
Yeah, because there's this one of you having to fight all of them. You don't understand what I mean here. Yeah, I think there's moments where I have to teach Ryan, I need you to believe me when I say, your emotions are high when you're on this time of your month. It's not as easy as you think to control your emotions. That's a learned process. There's women who are in their 30s, our age, who still can't control their emotions and the way that they react to things and the way that they just act when you're PMSing.
And not even just then. Like in general, we're hormonal.
Yeah, because then you're off. Like something's off within your body, and like you don't understand it. Now you're just pissed off and irritable all the time, and you're just like, it must be stress at work, or like you didn't put the trash up when I asked you to, and like you're trying to figure it out, and you're just like, I have no clue what it is. And then you go see a doctor, and they're just like, here, take a pill, and it solves like your life's problems. You're like, what the hell was I doing?
Yeah. It's funny because like a lot of girls aren't educated on it either until they get to our age.
How do you feel about birth control?
What do you mean? How?
Like you currently have birth control. I mean, how do you feel about it? Like just in general. Like again, I didn't know about all the effects that birth control had on a body until probably maybe my mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
And then
I hate it. You saying that, like, those aspects suck. But, I mean, unfortunately, a lot of women, like, depend on it for pain, obviously, for pregnancy. If there was a way, which there is, that you couldn't get pregnant without birth control.
Celibacy.
Okay, maybe 2. I don't know. Oh, Destiny.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go back to what you were saying.
I was talking about the snip.
Yeah. No, I knew what you were talking about. I'm just kidding.
Just making sure. You just keep coming up with all these answers. Oh my God. I love it. Just keep them coming, man.
So technically like 4.
Because I've been looking to get off birth control, so maybe I'll try some new things out.
Perfect timing.
We did not finish that, but
the board just agreed with us.
Oh my God.
It looks like you need to try new things. Lucky you, Gabe. Okay, back to what we were saying. Seriousness. Lock in. Here. We're here.
Yes, I've been wanting to get off birth control just because not only is there a foreign object in my body and it makes me feel so uncomfortable, but like, I don't know. Yeah, just all of the side effects. I mean, that's really it. One day I'll do it. Yeah. I think I had a dream the other day that Gabe was like, finally, like, I think it's time.
Why doesn't he, you can cut this out, but why doesn't he want to get some?
It's not that he doesn't want to. It's just we really haven't like had those conversations more and more. We've kind of mentioned it, but it's also, I mean, I get it. It's like a big deal.
From what Ryan makes it seem like, it's not a big deal.
Okay, well, here we go, babe.
I'm serious. Like, I had always assumed it was a big deal. I mean, you're messing with something very sensitive down there with him. But Ryan was like, no, I guess because technology's gotten so much better now.
Yeah.
He's like, it's like an in and out process, and you just ice it, and you're fine.
And then we'll treat him like a little baby for a day or 2.
Just hold him in your hand and just caress him a little bit.
I was talking about like the whole man, but that works too.
I figured you were gonna treat the thing that hurt, not him. So you're just right there, just a baby talk. It's okay.
Now he's gonna want to do it.
He said the doctor said for the next 3 months you gotta hold me like this. That's the only way I'm gonna heal.
Next 3 months.
I'm gonna heal correctly.
We have been through so many medical procedures with that man. I would do that for you.
Yeah, I agree. So I don't have birth control in. I got lucky enough because
yeah, that's nice.
I'm on the other side of that, and I don't know if my body feels different.
No.
I feel maybe like it does. Like I don't feel like I have anything extra. My body's back to like regular.
Yeah.
Even though that's annoying, but like
I think that's the one thing I do love about my IUD.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a period in 10 years.
Yeah.
But also that sounds crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like almost, it is unnatural.
Mm-hmm.
but like I had really bad cramps, so like I don't have periods, like I don't have to. It's been 99.9999999. Like it's, I don't know. It's been good for me.
Yeah.
Like who knows the long-term side effects? It's a time to get it out here soon, so we'll see. I mean, the last time I took it out, I had Leo, so
You better be prepared.
so maybe it's time to talk, babe. That's all I'm saying.
You know, I did both. I had the arm one, and then I had the IUD.
Mm-hmm.
And IUD was painful.
Really?
Yeah, like I felt like I could
Felt
feel
it.
Yeah. And then this one, the one that was in my arm, it was fine. I don't think I really had any issues, but I don't know. I don't think all of these were working with my body because both of them, I eventually started having my period for like about a week. For about like 2 weeks.
Mm-mm.
And then it would come, and then it would be off, and then it would come back. And it was ridiculous. So then that's why I was like,
you know the price of tampons now?
I know, they're so ridiculous. I had told Ryan, I think once we'd started dating, kind of got serious, and he had already told me that he had been snipped. I was just like, okay, I'm really over my period being like this. I've read that I'll go back to like my normal self, and like, you know, I also read like it helps you lose the weight that kind of stays on, and like helps, you know, what is it, balance your like.
It's just, you just feel normal, like natural. I don't know.
But I wish.
But you don't know what natural feels like.
Yeah, I think I wish like at some point I would have like journaled to see how I felt then.
Yeah.
To like see how I feel now. I don't really feel any different besides like my body's just back to normal, and so I'm like, okay, like whatever. I feel fine.
At least you know you're not dependent on anything. You know?
Yeah, that's nice. I don't know.
I say it's nice.
Someone help me. If you remember, I was really emotional. No, just kidding.
I remember you crying every day.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, you know what? Birth control is a touchy subject. I know for some people, because birth control has all different effects. I see how some people feel so strong about it and they don't want to do it because women's bodies go through enough and like all this stuff. How do you feel if like men got a birth control? Like, have you seen that they're trying that?
Yeah.
Did you see the lotion one?
No. What? How does that even work?
I don't know. I was like, you just gotta like lather them in the birth control every day.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, to each their own. I don't see like anybody that I know ever trying it, but maybe that'll be something new.
Maybe that'll be something new. I can't imagine the day. I don't feel like it would be implemented like it was with women's birth control.
Yeah, no, not at all.
They're like, here's the option, but you don't have to take it.
Especially with our lovely person in office.
I want to know, is there a moment in your teens that you can think of that was like, this is my jam, but now you look back at it and you're like, ooh, what the hell? Like outfits.
Facebook.
Oh, MySpace?
MySpace, I liked MySpace. That was like my younger years. I think it was Facebook when it was like I was friends with my parents and their friends and like, but I was still posting MySpace like coded things. No pun intended. No, like the rate me 1 to 10, like for like follow.
Yeah.
For follow.
Okay, how do you feel when you see those things come up like on Facebook still? Like there's still some people like do these things.
It's the younger generation going through it though. I feel like.
I don't know, because I feel like there's still all people.
Oh, man.
You know, I've seen there was this post that came through, maybe it was about a year ago though, to be honest, and it was like post any photos that you have of me or that remind you of me in my, what is it?
I've always wanted to do that.
Me too, but I'm terrified.
Nobody has pictures of me.
terrified that they have stuff from me when I was in my wild days where I was like just plastered all the time. And not all the time, but when I was with them. And like, I'm like, shit, I don't remember. Some of those days I was really bad. And I was like, oh, it's probably going to be horrible photos of me.
Yeah, I don't think I have. I mean, I have a few where I was like maybe like underage or something and partying, but I've gone through my social media a little bit, and you get those memories every day, like on Facebook or whatever, and I have the app Time Hop where it goes back and it shows you what you've posted on Instagram, Facebook, all of those things. So yeah, there's a few cringy ones, but then you can go back and delete them. So yeah,
those are my. I also like. Just as I'm thinking of like content creation more and more like these days, there's a bunch of videos that I have on there, and I'm like, I can go pull the audio from those videos and I can like recreate them.
That's a good idea.
That's what we have to do. We just need to recreate some shit of us.
That is a really good idea.
Yeah, it's crazy what we can do with everything. Like not thinking. But Facebook. Okay, so back to your Facebook. When it was first around when we were younger.
Yeah.
I felt like we kind of, at least I did, I felt like I used Facebook like Twitter was intended for it.
Yeah.
When you were just like posting your updates.
Statuses were Lauren Magallanes or Destiny Herrera is. And it would have the is like in there automatically. So you would have to just put like is and then whatever you were doing.
Yeah.
And sometimes it wasn't what you were doing. It's like my old ones are like Lauren Magallanes is green tea. Like what?
I remember mine always be like is bored because I was really like I was like somebody want to hang out with me.
I came across a memory though when I was in high school. It was like a trend for the guys to go and not rate but post 10 girls that they thought were attractive.
Yes.
So that one came up on my timeline the other day and I was like, see, I knew I was a baddie in high school, but how cringe. How cringe.
I'm not laughing at her being a bad. I was laughing at the arms crossed and being like, I knew I was a baddie.
Girl, I knew it.
I knew I was cute.
Yeah, see, 12 years ago.
Those
Bit
are
nostalgic today. Like, what? I'm so dramatic.
That is cringy. Yes, I remember these posts. I would probably be embarrassed to go back through my Facebook and see all that stuff that
it's so much fun though.
Like, oh.
I know. I just want to like go through all of my stuff now. Like,
she's currently trying to go back to see as far as she can.
I'm gonna see how far I can go back. Oh, that was it. Just a cute picture of me when I actually had a job. 12 years ago.
You still have a job.
That's very true.
Oh my gosh, yes. Old Facebook days. I feel like it's cringy to think of how much I was in like random chat rooms just talking to people. Yeah. Like that I had no clue if they were my age or if they were just... I mean, I was smart enough that I was never going to meet up with them.
Right.
But, like, still, like, it cringes me out.
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm, like, hyper protective over Kylie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm like...
Because of all the documentaries that have come out, like, about predators online and a lot of kids aren't smart enough to not meet up or, like, send pictures now. It's...
Hashling slasher.
What?
From our video from last week.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it was crazy to think like that we were in that new world of just being in chat rooms like that, and we were just in it willy-nilly. Like our parents were at work and we were just like
video chat rooms ever.
No, I did not.
Those are the best ones.
I think I was too poor.
What do you mean for? All
you had to have a camera. Hello.
Oh, I guess. I guess I wasn't
couldn't-
poor. I don't know what you want me to say to
No,
that.
I didn't want you to say anything. You were just like, why couldn't you? Because not all computers came with a camera back then. You had to have an attachment for them.
That's true. Now I remember. Well, the video ones were the best ones.
Were they?
Mhm.
Did you ever land on anything that
Oh,
was
of
like
course.
weird?
Of course.
What did you do?
You
Skip,
split.
skip.
Yeah, skip. No, you just make them feel real uncomfortable and just look at them like, wow.
I don't know if I was ever brave enough to actually get on video. But
I always
again,
do
I
it
never
with my
had a camera.
friends.
I think if I had one, I'd probably have done it.
Yeah. I always did it with my friends. We had the best time.
Mm-hmm. The bangs. Oh, I had bangs when I was younger.
The side part.
My tiny little my forehead, like for those of you who know me, my forehead is tiny, and I had bangs that covered my eye. Like it came from like this way, and I thought I was like the coolest thing. And I was like, look
Like
at
the
these
emo
bangs.
bangs?
No. Think similar, but it wasn't like. It wasn't emo.
Was it the two?
Just the two
The
strings.
two strands?
No, that was my Aunt Danielle. When you're listening to this,
I
you did that.
that.
No, I can't really describe it. They were like, I don't know. They were just the bangs that were in, but they weren't emo. And I just had a small forehead, and I loved them. But I was like, dang, I'm gonna lose strength in the eye that it's just covering all the time.
I had that phase as well.
So, when you're a teenager,
Mhm.
the girl code rule. Did you have one with your friends when you were a teen?
I think there was just unspoken rules, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's always unspoken rule. Well, no. Let's make this clear, because there's people who don't know the unspoken rules.
I'm sure there are, but like I wasn't ever friends with those types of people.
What was the girl code rule that everybody should know?
This is funny because we talked about this with the guys. I don't know. There's a lot, but the first one that came to my mind was don't date your friends' exes. But then we had that question and we were like, but what's the timeline?
Okay, yes.
I'm thinking like high school, like when you're young, don't date your friends'
Yeah.
exes.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
That's ultimate girl code, I think.
Yeah, I think that I ran into a phase of my life where I wasn't the best girlfriend to some of my friends. And I think I held on to that a lot through like my 20s, that I felt like I was horrible and I was like, I deserve all of the shit that's come my way. But it's because I know like I was kind of lost in myself, and so like I wanted attention and I wanted different things, and I just couldn't like put myself past like if I liked a kid or like a boy first, or if I did these things. And like I became solid on girl code probably in my like early 20s.
I agree. I was the same way.
But I feel horrible about it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and I like, and some of these girls like I'm still not close to, but like I still stay connected with, and we've never talked about those things, and I still feel horrible for it. And it's like weird because I'm like, I like who you are. I love that we were friends, but I did shitty things to you, and I'm surprised that you still talk to me, but you also know that we were like 16, 17. Like not even. I was probably like 15 at that point. Like I was a dumb kid who was just dumb.
Who wanted attention.
Yeah. And I think that's the shittiest thing ever. I think that's shit of me. And I'm telling you, like I carry it.
I feel like that just happens though. Like I don't think you should beat yourself up like too much about it, just because I feel like it happens in every friend group. And like I feel like it's kind of just understood that, because like I don't know specifically what you're talking about, but kind of like maybe going after a guy that like one of your friends liked.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, stuff like that. Yeah, that's more or less it. That's it. I mean,
Does it get juicier than that?
No. That's it. I mean, obviously, it could be broken down in like more details of a way, but that's it.
Yeah. I mean, the guy obviously liked you more, right?
Who knows?
Yeah.
It's just
It-
was
that
my
was-
desperation.
Right.
You know, like it was just
To not put your friend first.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It stuck with me. I think I hold on to it because I feel like sometimes I'd like to clear the air, but like at the same time, like I don't need to clear the air when I was 15.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like like in your 20s, like when it gets serious.
Right.
That's something like to hold on to be
Yeah.
like, I need to have a conversation with you about this. But at that point I knew I wasn't
Yeah, if it's
stupid.
eating up at you, like
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah, you were 15. Like in your 20s, it's a different story. Like you're old enough to know better, I think.
Yeah. I think the fact that it ate up on me is because I just never talked about it. And I was just like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to move on with my life. But then it was just always sitting there and I was just like,
Yeah. Yeah. I have something like that kind of eats at me too. Like one of my friends, she was one of my best friends in Lubbock. And we kind of like hung out a lot when I moved back.
Yeah.
And it was kind of the same situation where I would get the guy, and sometimes, yeah, I don't know. It was a weird situation, and we're not even friends anymore.
Yeah.
But it was just like never spoken about. We just kind of like drifted apart. But,
Yeah.
which was weird because we were inseparable. Like
Yeah.
we were sneaking out of her house, going to the parties and doing all of the things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I hope she's doing good out there somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that I hope was all is well with them. I think that, you know, I see them still. I keep up with them. They're on like my Facebook friends and stuff like that. And I want the best for them. But I mean, if they listen to this, know that I was a dumb kid and I was sorry. Like, I don't know how I was ever supposed to talk to you about that when I was little. And then I was going through a divorce with our parents. Y'all heard about our trauma. But like I learned and it was, I'm a person who holds a lot of the shit that I go through in, and then I feel like it's karma for me, and I shouldn't think that everything is karma.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, oh yeah, I got pregnant at 16, karma. That was my fault for doing that shit when I was
Messed
14.
around with her boyfriend. Look what I got.
I dealt with a shitty person for 4 years of my life. Look at that, all karma.
No, just lessons.
Yeah, it's just lessons learned. Okay, so I think we've done this before, but because it's Women's History Month and because we're going to stand in solidarity with who we are as women, is there anything that you would like to say to your younger self, giving yourself advice? And I think like I said, I think last season we did this when we were talking about, you know, being young moms.
Yeah.
But as a woman who actually has some influence on our younger crowd or younger demographics, what piece of advice would you give them?
Don't wear the blue contacts.
The blue contacts?
I wore blue contacts in 6th grade
Why not?
because I wanted to fit in. And that kind of segues into you don't have to fit in.
Yeah.
My parents are going to freaking laugh at that because I looked like I was in Game of Thrones, the Ice King, the Night King, whatever. The Ice King is from Adventure Time, damn it. The Night King. Here. But I don't know. Like, I feel like you don't need to fit in. You will fit in being yourself. Conforming to and looking like other people around you, like, it's just not it. You should be yourself 100%. Like, I went and I mean, I did go through a phase where, you know, we did move schools and I was in a completely new world. So I felt like I needed to go get the whole new, like, wardrobe to fit in. And, like, it didn't do anything for me. Like, the people liked me for me, you know?
Yeah.
So I just feel like don't care too much about your appearance. Like, be healthy, eat your veggies, lift heavy, the basic things that are going to help you when you're older, but caring about what other people think, you're going to waste so much of your time. That's what I would tell my younger self.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like it. Lift heavy. Do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how people don't understand that. Like, lift heavy. Be proud that you can squat that.
Muscles will make you live longer. So, your younger self, same question. Let's get deep.
Let's get deep. My younger self. There's a lot I'd like to say.
Yeah.
Don't do it all. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't do drugs. Yeah. I'm just kidding. I don't know if she's ever done drugs.
Don't do drugs. Yes. No, I think I would like to tell my younger self, like, I mean, it's kind of to your point, is my teen is coming to my head.
Yeah.
My teen. So to be yourself, like, in general, like, don't try and conform to your friends. I know that I felt like my younger self would act one way with a certain way, like talk a certain way with one set of friends and then talk a certain way with another set of friends. And it's like my tone in my voice, like the words that I used, like all of these things. It's kind of like I would change up who I was because I wanted to fit in with them instead of allowing myself to like find true friends who see me for who I am. No, it's not a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing to be able to like
be friends with everyone.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a bad thing like to be able to like kind of switch up like that, but like I know that I never found the confidence within myself to truly like just let me shine. And like I felt like I was always searching for the good friends who wanted to like choose me, or
Right.
I mean, then that led into like the boy situation.
Right.
You wanted somebody to choose you versus you choosing yourself. So like choose yourself, choose to be who you are, and forget about like the people who are, forgetting about you or who aren't inviting you or like kind of hate on you or like all these things. Like choose yourself over everybody else, and like you're going to see good things prosper from that. Like I said, I think about my kid because she's in the middle school age.
Yeah.
I'm having to like, I see myself in her, and like I'm constantly, I'm trying not to be the parent that's like, I know, like I get it, and like, they're like, you don't freaking know. But like I truly see it, and like she talks to me and she tells me things, which is wonderful. I have told my kid to, if you got shit to talk about somebody, don't talk about it with your 13-year-old friends, because when they get mad at you, they're gonna go back. Come talk shit to me. Like I'll be here and I'll listen. Like you can tell me about everything. And so, I didn't meet my best friend until I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
And so know that all these people are temporary. And if you do meet your best friend in high school or middle school, that's great. But like, if you don't, that's nothing on you. You're going to meet them later on in life. You're gonna find those people. So be okay with putting yourself first. That is definitely like the number one thing that I'd want to tell myself. Be okay with choosing you over everybody else.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Fancy.
All right. I know we mentioned this last time, choosing a woman for each podcast. Do you have one today?
This one isn't someone I know personal. She actually lived a very long time ago. Mm-hmm. And I recently saw a video or read about her or something. Her name was Julia Tofana, and she lived in the Renaissance era, and she... It's going to sound so dark.
She chopped people's heads off?
Not quite. She was a witchy girl, botanist, liked to play with herbs and all that kind of stuff. Made her own perfume and makeup and whatnot. And back in these days, you know, the men completely had control over their women in general. The men in power were, you know, continuously putting women below them. And in these days, you would be basically married off. I mean, you didn't get to choose the love of your life. So usually, a lot of the times, you would probably end up with a really shitty husband. And a lot of the times, in those times, the men didn't act right. They abused the women. They did terrible things to them. They took advantage of them making them food and all of the things. And, you know, that kind of rolled into our times. But back then, it was crazy. So Julia figures out that she can make poison in her little area. And she starts selling it to the women around her area. And I can't remember exactly where she lives. But basically, she makes this stuff called aqua tofana. This is what she calls it. And women would come to her when their husband was being abusive or an asshole. And they would put drops of it in their husband's food.
Yeah.
And it would take about 4 days. Unless you poured the whole thing in their soup one day, then they would be like... But she did this for a lot of women, and a lot of women got rid of their shitty husbands.
I need the applause. Hold on.
Yes. But she did eventually get caught. Her mother actually killed her husband for the same reasons, but got put to death because she got caught. She didn't have this sneaky way of doing this thing. But I think she kind of did it kind of maybe for her mom, and her daughter even helped make the stuff. She had a few employees as well. But one day, a lady came in, bought the stuff, went to do the same thing to her husband. And as he was eating, she stopped her husband. Her husband's like, why can't I eat my fucking food? And she was like, there's poison in it. And so she eventually gets caught and gets hung in the square. Literally, that's exactly what happened. Her daughter, her employees, and they tortured a few of her clients' names out of her mouth, and they also got put to death. But like, she was trying to save abuse of women in that area, and I think that's kind of beautiful in a way. I'm not saying murder is great, but
it was back then.
These women were getting slapped around, and they weren't
their own person back then.
They were having
property.
Kids like crazy. They were basically just in an incubator, and obviously in those times, like, you die from childbirth very easily.
Yeah.
So these women were just like rag dolls to these men, and, you know, anyways. So I just wanted to get a shout out to Julia Tofana. And yeah, there's no known pictures of her anywhere.
No.
But yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that one. That's a good one. We're gonna leave yours in there solo. I like her.
Okay.
Because mine was a savage, but you know we're closing in on some time. So we had to. It's sometimes it's surprising how much of a wavelength like Lo and I are on. But mine is a character, so she wasn't. But it's still like a savage kind of person. So, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up today's podcast.
Okay.
So we appreciate y'all coming back. We're thankful our lovely Lo is back here with us.
I'm glad to be back here. I'm glad to be back.
Make sure that you follow us on all of our socials, IG, Facebook,
at Did We Really Podcast, TikTok,
and our Reddit.
and be sure every Thursday to go listen or watch on Spotify or YouTube.
And we have some fun and exciting things coming up for you guys. You know, I'm gonna drop this so I can hold myself accountable. Potential merch coming soon, just so I can hold myself.
Interested?
Yeah, shoot us a DM if you'd be interested. But other than that, I'm out of here. I'm done. Peace out.
Happy Women's History Month, gals and guys. You're welcome for us.
Yeah, where would you be
Just
without us?
You wouldn't be here.
All right. Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.
Do we really talk about getting snipped?
Did you really suggest anal?
I hope you leave that whisper in. Just very good. Well, goodbye.